Next, review the second room that we did at Murfreesboro Escape Rooms. The second room we did was Apartment A. Apartment A was a good room, a solid room, nothing surprising or extraordinary about the room, but the puzzles were solid, straightforward rooms, some great Generation 2 locks, place this thing in the right location and figure out how you associate this thing with that location. That was a lot of fun. Generation 2 locks made the room good. It is just one single room, and so you're not moving to a different area within the room. What else?
Yeah, it seemed to be sort of a paying homage to a former employee that used to work at this establishment that they must have really liked. Had his picture up on the wall and had some of the things he liked in there. So there must be a backstory around that. I don't think it helped you do the room or didn't prohibit you if you didn't know this guy at all, because you could still just work the puzzles. But yeah, it was just kind of a sweet gesture that they would make a room devoted to this guy that used to work there.
And the room was extremely linear. There was you knew exactly what you were working on next. Okay, now we got to solve this puzzle. Now we got to solve this puzzle.
There's more waiting in this one than the other rooms at Murfreesboro.
I would say if you haven't done a lot of escape rooms and you want to just acclimate somebody in your group to escape rooms, this is a good one, because you're working on this one and you're not going to move on from this one until you solve this one, and then you can move to the next one.
Which is kind of hard when you have a group of 4 or 5 because you're just standing around watching the other guys solve that puzzle.
And I feel what brought this one down for me was we had spent so many time in the other rooms where there was puzzles that were multifaceted, and here I think we overcomplicated so many puzzles that wasted our time, and we could have done it a lot faster if we would have just said, let's look at this from afar and take a step back. But
they're all very simple as well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, for me, you know, we like a little bit of a challenge, and just kind of one step after another, just kind of following the process through. And so it left a little being, there wasn't much excitement to the room. If you like puzzles, you kind of go from one to one, but again, it was a little too simple for me, and not quite exciting. It was a good story, I guess, but very simple.
All right, let's review this room. Out of 5, what would you give it, Caleb?
I think I would actually go with a 2. Staying in the same room, you get to see everything at the first time, and so there wasn't any more like surprise elements or additions to that. It was linear and just simple, and so kept it kind of easy. So
yeah, I'm gonna go 3. If 3's average, like this is an average room. Wasn't below average, wasn't above it. This was a baseline room that I enjoyed. Very glad we did it. Highly recommend it for what we just talked about. But you know, I don't think I'll remember this room much past this week.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3 as well. Again, I enjoyed the linear part of it because that's kind of how my brain works anyway. So I kind of enjoy kind of thinking through all the parts. But for me, it was just too simple.
I think the thing that bumps it up to a 3 for me, I was bouncing between a 2 and a 3. The thing that bumps it up is the use of the Generation 2 locks. It is a traditional style escape rooms. But they've added the Generation 2 locks that I think bump it up in quality, and so makes it a 3.
It was fun.